Broadcasting from the Red Bed Plains, you are now listening to Through the Prairie Smoke.
Hi, everybody.
How's it going?
Thanks for being here.
Oh, you're talking to the people. You're not talking
No, I'm talking to y'all. Even though we've been talking for about an hour, I think we're ready to start this podcast.
Yeah. I'm so tired today.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I was noticing, listening to some of our old podcasts to prepare for this one, the number of times that I say, I'm so excited at the beginning of everyone. I'm excited to talk about this.
You're going to switch it up today?
I'm so tired.
Yeah, she's finally got it's the news rubbed off, so now she's all like, let's do this shit and get it over with.
That's not true. That's not true. My dog is sick, so I haven't had a lot of sleep.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
That's okay. He'll live.
Well, that's good.
Well,
for a while anyway.
Nothing lasts forever. But
That's true. That's true, but maybe he'll come back.
that's right. Maybe things do last forever.
Maybe he'll come back. We don't know. I would love to be haunted by waffles.
But you want to, or?
Yes.
All dogs go to heaven. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, but isn't my house heaven already for him?
Not right now.
It's not my fault he's sick.
No, aren't you remodeling?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
A bunch of strangers wandering in and out. That's not heaven.
You're right.
Have you ever heard the sad story about that show?
All dogs go to
That
heaven?
movie?
Yes.
Other
Yeah.
than it's a sad movie.
The
anyways.
child actress who does the voice.
Oh, gosh,
Yeah.
dude. That's a
Um,
tearjerker right
for-
there.
Trigger warning for child abuse.
There's like a part of the movie, this long speech, was his true emotions going into that, because it was he had recorded that after her death.
No, I didn't know
Wow.
that.
Yeah, and so when you go back and listen to it, you're like,
Woof.
dang. Yeah.
It's hard.
Woof, indeed.
Movie was already hard to take, before all that.
Took me a second.
So, guys, it's early to mid-August.
It's heckin' hot.
It's
And
hot.
that's part of why I'm so tired.
Yeah. It's hasn't been fun outside. We had a whole lot of rain at the beginning of the summer, but now that summer's in full swing, everything is drying up again.
Yep.
So,
But the humidity didn't leave.
no,
that's
sure didn't.
True.
Mosquitoes are out in force.
Yep.
So here in August, we're doing a little retrospective at the moment because our first podcast episode launched in September
Of last year.
of 2024.
Yeah.
I guess.
And so we kind of thought, if we're doing the season format, which we kind of chatted about, this is our season closer. So if you're just joining us, thanks for being here. We've got some older episodes. But if you've listened to us this whole time, thanks for hanging out with us. And we're excited to do things next season. So, probably not a whole lot of change up. It's still going to be us.
Yeah.
But we got some fun stuff planned.
Not another sequel.
A sequel.
So, speaking of, we have older episodes, I would like to encourage the folks to pick and choose the topics that they are interested in
Yeah.
and go back and listen to some of those old episodes that are like, this seems to be something I want to know more about. Like
Sure.
Mothman or whatever. Because we
Yeah.
talk about a lot of different kinds of stuff. We talk about cryptids, and we talk about ghosts, and we talk about fairies, and we talk about... And maybe you're like, I don't want to hear anything about ghosts. That's okay.
He doesn't listen anyway, doesn't he?
But that's okay. Skip it and go to one that you are interested in.
Yeah.
That's
And-
the good thing about this pod is
You don't have to listen in
that
order.
Yeah.
It's not like an ongoing soap opera.
Right.
We just, I mean, you may miss some little inside jokes and stuff.
Oh,
that
wow. I
went
mean, we're
along the
real
way.
interesting. You definitely should listen
Oh,
to all of
absolutely.
I mean,
it.
you
We're
should
extremely cool people.
Listen to us anyways.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody on every subject.
Following the format of our other episodes, which I think is why we started doing this in the first place, we hang out and we smoke, Dustin and I. We were doing an art project, and we were hanging out anyway, and then we were talking about interesting things, and we thought, everyone would enjoy what we're talking about, obviously.
Of course.
So let's record. But keeping with the spirit of things, I've got my blue alligator Savinelli pipe today.
Will you hold that up so I can see it? Oh wow, that is gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
That's really beautiful.
It's got this alligator pattern. The wood is dyed blue. It has a blue pearlescent stem with a little alligator face embossed there.
Deep
It is
blue
very beautiful.
too.
It is a dark blue. Deep blue. This is a kind of a poker style pipe, so it's pretty straight. It can sit on a table without you having to prop it up. Still feels good in the hand though.
Yeah.
And I'm smoking an old favorite, Founding Fathers, out of it. It's just pretty basic tobacco and it smells like cherries.
Listen, Tyler.
Yeah.
It's anything but basic. That's like one of my favorite blends.
It's one of mine too.
That stuff is so good.
It smells so good. You could use it as potpourri in your house.
Dude, I wish my whole house smelled like that.
Yeah. Do you want to have a smell?
I do.
Isn't that
That's
good?
really nice.
Mm-hmm. Just
It smells very cherry.
and when you imagine tobacco, I think this is kind of that with a little bit of that sweet cherry in it.
I don't know, something about it just dances with my nose hairs,
Yeah, man.
dude.
And then you lit your cigar earlier, and the smoke it was giving off looked purple to me.
I don't know why.
But what do you got over there?
It's AJ Fernandez American Bully.
Okay,
Has a pit bull on it.
cool.
Some
Like an
chains.
American pit bull
It's gold and
terrier.
black on the label.
Yeah.
This is cool. I like artwork and stuff.
Sure.
But this isn't the first time I smoked this, but the first time I smoked one of these, I didn't really pay attention closely to all the detail in the wrapper, but there's a chain link fence behind him.
Yeah.
And see, like when you're looking at
like-
it from here, you just think, oh, it's just a design.
A design.
But there's a chain link fence behind him, and then there's these breaks in the chain link fence they've, like, chewed through.
The dog
Okay.
escaped.
Yeah, and so the more I look at it, I'm all like, the theme is all right there.
It's a story.
So-
There's a whole
It's a
story.
story
on
in
Whole
the
that.
story
band.
on the wrapper.
I don't have the specs on this cigar,
Yeah.
which, you know what? Next
What?
season, I'm going to work on that.
Okay.
I'm going to, because I feel like every episode, I just say the name of the cigar, maybe talk about the ring.
Sure.
You've done tasting notes on your cigars before.
Some, yeah.
Especially early on.
But I think even if
And
I
I
don't have
liked it.
tasting notes, which I don't most of the time, I can at least say what the wrapper is, because there's all kinds of blends out there.
Oh, sure.
So you think I could at least do that. So,
Unless you go with Lost and Found, which sometimes they don't tell you what it is.
right. So those are the ones that we're going to be lost on. Okay, guys. Next season,
Mm-hmm.
which is coming up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm changing my ways.
All right.
Yep.
And
I support
On-
you.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Support.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I think that's great.
All right.
And Sarah, I can't help but notice that we have not plugged the tea kettle in for you today.
That's because it is officially too hot for hot tea.
Okay.
So I'm drinking cold tea leaves today.
Cold
they
tea
were
leaves.
once hot,
Yeah.
and now they're cold.
They are iced.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying HTO for the first time.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Is it Texas?
So all their tea is like Texas style tea, big air quotes.
Yeah.
Which means that it's a lot of sweet tea like you and I grew up drinking.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
would like HTO.
You would like
good
HTO.
stuff.
So this one that I'm drinking is off their secret menu. It's called...
Are you supposed to tell their secrets?
Well, it's not a secret. It's on the website.
Oh, okay.
But they call it their secret menu, which I know does not make any sense.
The
at
internet
all.
is broken.
The internet is... No, it's not the internet. It's their marketing is broken.
Marketing has broken the internet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy that.
And for the
I will
next 10
purchase that.
minutes, we're going to listen to how the internet's broken.
Yeah. Tyler and Sarah are going to argue about whether your internet's actually broken or not. But this is... refreshing watermelon,
Okay.
and it's watermelon sweet tea and mint sweet tea mixed together.
What?
Dustin, you
It's
walk in.
crazy
Wow.
good.
You walk into HTO, and it's just those recirculating machines just lining the walls and the
They have
center of the place
20 flavors.
at all times going freshly brewing there, and it's all chilled when it comes out of the thing. You go in there and you get your crushed ice, and you can get these little shot glasses where you can go around and taste the stuff before you.
Nice.
Yeah. And it is a whole lot of sweet tea. They do my favorite. I don't like sweet tea.
Yeah, you're not a big sweet tea.
But their mint tea is one of my favorites. But I still haven't found anything to match On Q's tropical unsweetened iced tea.
My husband agrees with you 100%.
That is the best tea you can buy in Oklahoma right now.
Yeah, that's his favorite unsweet tea
Probably going to disagree with that.
in Oklahoma. But yeah, I would get unsweet next time. I'd get this exact same combo, but I would get unsweet. And I know that sounds crazy because I'm a Southern girl, but the flavoring adds sweetness too, and so it's like too sweet.
Yeah.
It's kind of over the top. If it was just straight tea without like the watermelon or the mint,
You'd southern it
I'd
up.
go sweet tea.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Let's wrap up season 1. Let's talk about, well, what do we want to talk about? We had a co-host join us
Yep.
halfway into the season.
Oh yeah? What was that like?
What was that like? Do we remember the before times?
She showed up on one episode and never left.
That's right.
I think that the very next episode I wasn't on, and then I came back.
That may be true.
The Dead Woman's Crossing was after
Yes,
mine,
you're right.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
and I wasn't on that one.
All right.
That was a good one.
It was a good one.
Dead Woman's Crossing, kind of our foray into true crimey stuff.
Yeah. Even though that's
Little
not
bit.
what we wanted to do.
Yeah,
but
we don't want to do
It
true
was
crime.
Oklahoma. The reason we did that one mainly because it was Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, it's local.
tied.
Mm-hmm.
But it also dealt with there was a ghost story behind some of it
That's
too.
right.
So that's why
Well,
we were.
And that's what I've said
Yeah.
since the fairy episode, I think, is that, if we're going to talk about this stuff, a lot of it is related to criminal activity.
Of course.
And so we can't avoid the topic of true crime entirely, but this isn't a podcast about the crimes. It's about what happened after.
How the culture
So,
responds to such things.
Exactly.
So what we're really trying to say is season 2,
Yeah.
starting with the OJ trial. Then we're going into, no,
We're not
I'm
doing that.
kidding. I'm kidding.
That's not happening.
We talk about ghosts, we talk about cryptids, we talk about fairies. And of course, Sarah and I have this similar perspective where that's all the same phenomenon,
Potentially.
potentially.
Yeah.
And Dustin, we're going to get there with you.
Are you working on me or something?
What do you think?
That goes into our first series that we ever did was
Yes.
Fox Sister Spiritualism. You feel like we were unbiased, which is good because you're the outsider looking in.
Yeah.
Me and Tyler can't see that. So
Yeah.
in our heads, we may have thought that we were being biased.
I will say, after some of those episodes, I was racking my brain to be like, what have we misrepresented or anything like that?
Right.
Because I never want to do that. And that's the way you
Definitely
should
don't
think
look
about
at me as the authority on that kind of thing because I can't possibly know what you've misrepresented. I mean, maybe sometimes I can, but
Mhm.
that's not my job. I mean, maybe it is as your research librarian. Maybe it is my job to
tell
go
us
in and
to tell us we're wrong.
tell you you're wrong. But I feel like this podcast is a lot about being okay with being perceived as wrong.
Yeah. Well, I often say I don't know anything
Yeah.
because I don't. But these are things I've read about. These are things I think about. This is how I spend my time. I am very interested in religion and belief systems and how they shape our world. And what we talked about when we started talking about the Fox Sisters, I thought the Fox Sisters was a good introduction to how we would view the entire thing that we talk about.
Yeah.
If we talk about the Fox Sisters, that's something that's a specific place and time when there was vast social change happening and all of this experience and how it can relate to things still happening today. There's still these types of things happening. There is a phenomenon that people can experience that does not make sense in literal physical reality. We don't know what to do with the modern myths.
I can speak for myself with the fairy episode. I'd been thinking about a lot of those ideas for a really long time about how they impact today,
Yeah.
right? As well as how they impacted history. So the episodes where that is done successfully, I personally think are some of our best
Sure.
episodes.
We're just putting it out there. We want to talk about the subject because we're interested in the subject. But maybe this needs to be recapping some of what our thoughts are that we left out because that's not what we were trying to do.
Susan wants us to do She wants
deep
an
dives
interrogation
into
episode.
the host.
Like, she's like, that would be really good. But that's because Susan knows us and she's interested.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if our regular listeners would be interested in such a thing.
Are there other episodes that we really want to kind of revisit?
Well, Dustin and I had no idea what we were getting into when we started this. We didn't know. And that's also why we started with a series of stuff we could just talk about. Mm-hmm. So what we had really planned was to set that foundation down. Like, we agree that in our worldview, things like this are possible. Let's keep talking. What are the implications for now? Everybody's telling ghost stories, spooky stories. And it doesn't matter if they're real or not. We're getting together and we're telling these stories. The point of it is hanging out, talking about things that interest
That's
us.
right.
Because everyone should be doing this in their life. And I'm so sorry if you can't do that with anyone in your life right now. That's where the digital aspect comes in. Here is this friend group that you can listen to, and hopefully you can find your own friend group.
Well, and look, before I came on this show, I talked to you guys the entire time I was listening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really did. Like,
I typically just yell at people when I'm listening.
But I think a lot of people do that. Whether maybe they're yelling. This podcast, I think, does not lend itself so much to yelling, but it's more like, things like, exactly, or, but did you know this also happened? Because, like, sometimes I know stuff that you guys aren't talking about.
Sure.
Or, like, I don't know. It just felt a lot like I was already having some of these conversations with you before I ever actually had these conversations with you.
Okay.
And so, I also want to create a thing where it feels like people are doing that. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, all of us are face-to-face talking, and that truly is fantastic. I just want everyone else to feel like they're part of that conversation, which is part of why I bring up that parasocial relationship too. Because parasocial relationships allow you to feel like you are engaging with people as opposed to just observing them.
Sure.
So, that was really philosophical.
We are tagged under philosophy.
I thought we were here to talk about Nessie.
Okay, so, well, then let's talk about things. So, I'll tell you my favorite episode. My absolute favorite episode is Tyler's brother.
That was a good episode.
That's a really funny episode.
It is funny.
And in a way where no one is being made fun of.
Right.
Right? Like, it's just...
And
your brother's so funny.
And that episode is titled Buried Reflections.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
so good.
I will also say, when my brother was experiencing those things, it was not funny.
Right, correct. And that's made clear in the episode, too.
The passage of time has made it fun. And that's...
Well, and I will say, too, I'm not saying what he experienced was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
but
saying
his
delivery is funny, right? The way that he tells it is funny.
Yeah.
The stuff that that happened is... Some of that's very hard stuff to talk about.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
But I really appreciated his openness because he was also very open about all of that, about how he felt about it at the time, about how his partner at the time felt about it. That was all extremely open, but also with a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah. It's like...
It was great.
Because there's part of that. When you're talking about these wild things, you're going to sound like a crazy person.
Yeah.
But...
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. And that's... I'm going to go on a little different aspect here, but when you come to things like abduction experiences, whether it's aliens, whether it's fairies, whether it's Bigfoot, whatever it is, which I would argue those are all the same things. That's that's the same phenomenon that we're talking about with an abduction thing. Not literal, not someone breaking into your house and taking your children. I'm talking about these otherworldly type of experiences. A lot of people, it's terrifying. It is terrifying. But if you look at that experience and how people come to reflect on those, like, it's also pretty funny. It's hilarious. Why would that be happening? What is the reason? And the best answer is no reason. There's no reason that's happening. But it has to do with, if you are experiencing this and you are a relatively good-humored person, you could look at it like, this is pretty freaking weird right now. Or if you are just one of those paranoid people, it's oh my God, they finally got me, and the
Yeah,
world is ending.
for sure.
And it's so
for
it just
sure.
depends on your personality when you come across these things.
But yeah, so that one, and then your dad's episode was great too.
Mhm.
And I think that one was great because it was clear that he is passionate about telling these stories, and again comes back to that historical component to all of it.
Sure.
You know, he's very good at reflecting on the historical.
Sure. Well,
that
and
one
that's
was great,
my
too.
dad is very interested in the history of his hometown.
Yeah.
That's what he's into. And so it adds that element of this, if a piece of that living history is still living,
Yeah.
modern, you know.
Sir, do you know any of the backstory to some of that episode? So we went into that one. Were we blindsided? Or
It's
you kind of had an idea that this might...
I had no idea what to
You didn't
expect
think-
because I was like, we're going to come in and ask you questions. And when I got there, my dad had set up a tour with some other people who were very
Another
nice. It was
couple. Yeah, it
was
turned out
to
great.
chat with them. Yep.
Everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
I'm a big believer of that. Everything happens for a reason. But it's beautiful when it comes together. And it was funny in that episode because I remember Tyler texting me or calling me and saying, and it was right before I was heading down to his dad's store to do this interview. And in my head, what I thought was that we were going to set up at a table in the shop and he was going to tell us a story because he had a story that he wanted to say. And we were going to ask him questions and stuff, you know, our podcast. And Tyler calls me and he's like, listen, I don't know what's going to happen. But basically Tyler was like, just roll with the punches. So I get there and we are setting up a table, but there's this couple there. And I'm like, maybe they were just there because it is his store.
Sure.
You know, I'm like, okay. At first I was like, okay, maybe they're just, you know, but then I found out that we were getting a tour of the upstairs, that these people were joining us. And anyways, but it turned out great. Like,
Yeah.
it was fun. The people were super nice. They were very interested in our podcast. It all worked out. Anyways, and that's what we produced.
That's right.
And it's unique. If you look at all the episodes, that one kind of sets itself apart.
It's a little different structure.
quite
because
different,
it's
yeah.
a different structure. And maybe we need to do more on-site ones. That one's pretty fun.
Sure.
You know, those mics worked
Oh,
out
that's
fine.
a fantasy for me too, for going forward, to be able to like
To at
go
least
to
do
some
one
of these
episode
places
and go to these places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about 10 Killer,
And
guys.
try to experience
Hey, it was
experience
beautiful.
this stuff ourselves, or talk to people. Other
You see,
people
we're
who
cutting
are
you out. We don't want to
there.
hear about
I
your
know.
experience at the lake.
No,
Sorry.
we've seen enough in the in the group
You, for one,
What?
you
What?
even say in that episode that you don't get in lakes.
text. I don't get in lakes, but I like to go to the lake.
Yeah, well, you would have been sitting at the cabin while everybody was
Would I
sounds
be
great.
reading a book?
dancing with the octopus. You know what I'm saying?
Just threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time.
Man, I was.
We will go. Listen, we will go. We'll go sometime.
Okay.
We won't be able to go on lake anyways because I don't know how to drive a boat. I don't have a boat. Dad has a boat, but Dad probably won't be there.
We'll just
if we
invite your
go.
dad.
Is a
Yeah,
boat the
we'll invite
only
him.
access point to the lake?
No.
No, but if you want to get out on the lake,
Why would we get on the lake? There's critters down there.
because there's an octopus out there that we're trying to find for our listeners.
Okay.
Okay, so that's so.
So those are my two.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorites.
And did you have anything else to add to the backstory? I didn't know if you knew about that.
That there was a tour.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Well, no, you knew there was a tour because it's
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
But
I would encourage everybody to go and listen to that. If anyone is ever in Kingfisher, Oklahoma, and wants to swing by Designs by Dennis, my
He would
dad
love to talk to
is
you.
extremely
He
busy, but he would love to talk to you about the history
show
of
you those
Kingfisher. He'll show you the keys. He'll show you all this. He is into that stuff. My dad and I never talked about ghost stuff when I was a kid. I don't think I would call my dad a believer. He's just telling a story of what other people have told him. But he has experienced strange things in that. And it's just like, oh, that's Mr. Bowman.
think
you know.
about it, Tyler. His sales have changed. Like several times.
Sure.
Yours have changed several times.
Sure.
Listen, this whole talk about his store and everything brings us to our
Oh.
Our
Designs
sponsor?
by Dennis.
Oh,
For all your flower needs,
Yeah.
how
Hallmark
are we getting
needs.
sponsored?
We're not getting sponsored, but
I have no idea what's going on at the moment, but we're getting really close to Christmas, and I'm sure those Hallmark ornaments are going to be coming out.
the Hallmark
And your
ornaments are
dad-
out. You've missed the
They've
reveal.
been
It was
out.
last
Yeah.
month.
Oh, was it?
they've
Oh,
been out.
see, I'm not on it.
Yeah.
But
Hallmark Gold Crown, everybody. Call him up, and he can get you those ornaments. That's not a promise. They're high demand.
Yeah.
But
My husband needs to call, though, for real.
Okay.
Because he does collect those.
finishing that off, if you visit Designs by Dennis for all your floral and gift
and Hallmark
needs,
needs.
Hallmark needs, yeah.
I saw those new purses he posted the other day. They look cool. I want one. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, Dustin.
No, you're fine.
Follow him on Instagram.
But if you go in and mention our code, TTPS 25, it'll give you 15% of all your purchases.
that is not true.
He will not.
Okay, guys.
If
Okay,
you
we're
go in
getting
and mention our code, he will give you a free conversation
That's right.
about the history of Kingfisher and
Beautiful.
all of his ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Take-
probably true, right?
take some friends.
Your dad's
You-
gonna have to quit his
yeah.
job.
That he is looking for an excuse to quit his job and give ghost tours full time.
There you go.
That's not true. He is very interested in historical tours. Like I said,
Yeah,
his
he
interest
would
is
talk
the
to
history
me.
of Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
For sure.
I know a lot of this will get cut out,
We're keeping it all.
but your dad has to hear some of this. Anyways,
My dad doesn't listen.
okay, so those are two of your favorite
I
episodes.
want to know what y'all's favorites
Yeah,
are.
let's move on to you, Tyler. Let's keep this show rolling.
What's your favorite episode?
What are some of your favorite episodes? You don't have to keep it to one. It can be all of them.
Let me tell you about my experience with this podcast. My favorite episodes
Man,
are
he's
the
getting all serious.
I
are the
know.
first three that I didn't have to edit because Susan edited those.
Those were
she-
your favorites, you said?
Because I didn't have to edit them.
Wait.
Oh. Well, now you're just
Let
being
me.
negative.
Yeah. Your favorite. Final results only. Not process.
Well, what I was getting ready to tell you this story is because these are the things I'm interested in. These are the things I care about. But we come into this garage and we talk about this stuff, and then we record it all onto this computer, and then I take it somewhere else and do other stuff with it. And I have an idea of where we're going, and sometimes the episode, when I trim it, turns into something not quite where I thought we were going, but it's still okay. It's fine. It's within the spirit of what we're trying to do. So when a listener hears an episode, I have heard that episode probably 5 different times at that point.
Yeah.
And so every time an episode comes out, I'm pretty much done with it at that point.
I see where you're going with
And it's
this,
not because
yeah.
because if I hated it, I would not be here doing this all the time.
Right.
And I would like to do this more. I just can't at the moment. So, but when it comes to favorite episodes, I don't really have a favorite episode.
Come on.
My favorite subject is probably Mothman, but that's just because Mothman was me getting back into this stuff. Mothman is the catalyst for me considering the other, the paranormal, the stuff
you
beyond
mean
the veil.
not in this podcast. In your
reality.
journey.
If I was going to guess for Tyler what his favorite episodes were,
Yeah.
are 2 episodes that come to mind that you were very passionate about, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I feel like those would be your favorite, but you can only speak for yourself. I think Tyler's favorite episodes were the cow mutilation and the second part of our Men in Black. I think those
I don't
two,
know.
and
He
I'm
was
not
so
saying it
hard
just
on
because he was
himself.
reading it. I know he was hard on himself but
About
he
the
was-
second
that
one.
was pure people. That was pure. Whether you liked it or not, that was pure passion. He dove deep into those 2 things.
Well, and I liked the end. I certainly liked the end result of that. I thought that was fantastic.
right, like
I get why he was anxious about it the day of, but he didn't know what it was going to turn out to be
Right.
at that moment, and that's part of why I was saying, like, what at the end? What do you like? But I get why you can't really say at the end what you liked because you've heard it in every phase of development, so it's really hard. Like
And-
that makes perfect sense to me.
And so that's the other thing I think about. Since I am passionate about cattle mutilation, not
I know it sounds bad.
Not that we should be
Not
out there
performing
mutilating
it.
cows. Yeah, I'm not
No,
mutilating
it's the-
cows. I'm not a hobbyist in cow mutilation.
It's the
Saying
happenings.
It is these strange occurrences that happen, and these people are like, it's wild animals. It's like these ranchers and these people who are multiple generations have done this. They grew up here. They have seen all types of things, and they are telling you this is strange. You, as an urban person or
Yeah.
someone who's not around cattle, can't go in there and say, a coyote did that.
Yeah.
This animal had gallons of blood that is not in the grass. It's not in the ground. Nothing is disturbed around here. And it's...
Told you he's passionate
I'm getting
about
carried
it,
away again.
folks.
I'm trying to show that these weird things are happening all around you all the time. That's what I want the takeaway to be for this show.
This is why it's good to have these recaps. But
I-
do you have a favorite, though?
I like them all. I like
you
them
go.
all.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Though I can tell you the one I was most worried about.
Okay, tell us that and why.
Do you have a guess? I knew very little about the subject.
Probably Double Trouble.
Yeah, the doppelganger
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
Double Trouble. Doppelganger, and I said it in the episode, I don't get doppelgangers.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But
And that's
if we
fine,
could
because
go
it was
back,
two
I wish
different-
I'd been on that episode.
yeah, and that we do talk more about fairy type stuff without explicitly saying fairy in that episode. I think
You do.
Oh, okay.
You do. I think you do.
'Kay.
But
Yeah.
but you don't ever say fairy, and you didn't have someone who could come in and say fairy.
Yeah,
And I'm not saying that all the doppelganger stuff is fairies, but like when I talked earlier about like having a conversation with you guys while I'm driving down the road on a podcast I'm not on, like Dustin.
She's screaming at the
We
at
had
the
a
speakers.
whole dialogue.
She's
and
like,
it was,
listen.
No, I don't mean it like that. It's not like yelling. It's like I get excited. I'm like, you're talking about like doppelgangers, and I'm like, that's a fetch. That's a fetch. That's so cool. Like, I'm excited because it's like I have a different perspective, but it's the same perspective
Well,
in a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and this goes back to everything happens for a reason. And that happened. You listened to that episode. And then guess what? How many episodes later, you happen to be on our podcast as a guest talking about fairies. And we actually talk about that
Yeah.
episode a lot in that.
Yeah.
That was good. That's good.
Dustin, what are your favorites?
I would say, obviously, that would be one of them.
Doppelgangers?
Yeah, but that's just because I really like that subject matter.
Yeah.
The Christmas one was fun.
yeah.
Oh, I forgot that. That also is a favorite.
Yeah.
Queen Vicky's winter solstice extravaganza.
I forgot how
was
much
like
I
one of
loved
my
that
faves,
episode
yeah.
until just now.
Um,
No offense to your dad, that actually beats out your dad's.
Oh, I won't tell him.
Don't tell him.
Okay.
yeah, he's a
He doesn't
sponsor.
listen to the podcast.
He doesn't
He's a
listen to the podcast.
sponsor,
It-
Sarah.
the-
That Queen Vicky episode
But yes,
is really good.
that one, the Double Trouble. Then, of course, I loved our Fox Sister series. And then, I'm with you, Tyler. I like them all. They're like all our little babies.
Yeah.
Like, I love them all. The Dead Woman's Crossing. And that's one episode during recording, and when we got done that day and I was going home thinking about it, I was like, and I have no filter. I felt like that episode was crap. I was like, we just put out an episode that has nothing to do with what we want. This is completely the wrong direction, and it's my fault because I'm the one that brought this up. And I felt like it was too short. I felt like we did I had so many negative feelings about that episode.
You are a negative person.
And then Tyler edited it, and I listened to it, and I was like, the hell was I thinking? Like, this is great. This is a great episode. And then that episode turned out to be the one I got the most feedback from different people that don't normally give me feedback. And it was one that a certain listener, like a devoted listener of ours, that gives me feedback every episode. That's like his
Dragonfly,
favorite
did you see?
episode, and it's not even he had 2 favorite episodes. It was that one and Ghost Lights. And he really loved the Dead Woman's Crossing one. And I was surprised with all those negative feelings that I had.
Yeah.
Thinking that, oh God, this probably just killed our whole podcast. And then it turns out to be one of the greatest.
When you feel that way, you should reach out.
There's a hotline for that?
Me, I can be your hotline for that.
Oh, okay. 1-800-Sarah
The
Fox.
thread can be your hotline for that. I mean, I just feel like let's never feel that way all by ourselves, because there's 3 people involved here.
That can feel that way with you.
Yes, or make you realize that you're wrong.
My question to you two is, was there any episodes that you had that feeling?
I don't know that there are any like whole episodes where I'm like, oh, this one is going to be a dud. And a lot of that has to do, I think, with just my deep confidence in you guys.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious.
I know. I'm thanking you.
Yeah, because I've said this 1,000 times. Dustin is the heart and the humor. And as long as he's involved, it's going to be good, because it's going to have heart and humor, no matter what is said. And Tyler is the deep intellect and the well-read and the editor.
I agree with that.
And so all of those things are going to make us sound good no matter what. So, like, if I screw up, I don't think, like, that whole episode's a dud. I think the one that I have the most concerns about, weirdly, is the one where we talked about libraries and schools.
Okay.
And that's because I feel like I should have been more of an authority in that episode than I was. And because that's my background, right? So I think I put a lot of pressure on myself in that one to make sure my shit was on point. Forgive my language. And I don't think it was. I think I really kind of winged it.
Sure.
In a way that I'm not super comfortable with for that one.
My problem with that episode wasn't anything with you. Because I actually think that you, and I don't know how you feel about this, and this isn't a stab at you either. I feel like you saved that episode. Because I feel like that episode went off the rails. We go off the rails a lot, but I feel like that episode was everywhere. And that's one that I do feel like we probably missed the mark, but it was close enough to the bullseye that it worked. And I think mainly you kind of saved us in that one. I think we were just, we tried.
The theme was
I think we went into it thinking, hey, school's out. We're going to talk about universities and stuff like that, which we did. And I think the only reason we really focused on that is because you kind of kept us.
I wish that I had brought the level of structure to that episode that I had brought to the fairy episode.
How about you, Tyler?
Yeah.
No comment.
Tyler's like, they're all perfect. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I edited all of them. They're
great.
They're good enough to publish.
Tune in the next season where it's the Tyler show. Dustin and Sarah have been fired.
No.
I think a thing I would like to do differently in the future, me personally, is think a little bit more about structure, because I really feel like the fairy episode was pretty successful, and that had a lot to do with the fact that I came in with a list of like, these are things, and I knew that you guys told me so many times that episode was just going to be about me and me talking. So I also felt comfortable to come in with like a super structured thing, because otherwise I don't know what we were going to talk about, because y'all told me you weren't going to talk about anything. You're just going to ask me a bunch of questions. You were giving me a hard time, and I recognize that. But at the same time, it was my first time.
But if
so I
you
felt anxious.
You did great, but you did great.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're on the team now. But your episode, the reason that pressure was on you, not like we were wanting that pressure on you.
Yeah.
We don't want that on anybody, but
Right.
that you were coming in
my-
as a
yeah.
guest like Dane and Dennis.
Yeah.
You came in like that,
Yeah.
and you were fitting what we wanted. We were wanting people to come in and share either their experiences, their stories, or just talk
What you
about
know.
a subject they want to
Yeah.
talk about that we haven't talked about. Of course, you know more than we would. You
Yeah.
know? And but then it turned out to be such a great episode, and then also we were like, you were having fun, we were having fun.
I
Yeah.
will say,
Come join us on these if you can. And then,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That was my least favorite episode to edit
I'm sorry.
because I didn't know what I was doing. That was the first time I'd set all this up by myself, and I did it wrong.
I remember that. I
That-
remember
yeah.
that being torture for you.
And the file folder with all of our audio and everything I had to do to make that turned out to be a 20 gigabyte file
No, I'm
of
sorry.
mess. It still exists.
You did a great
That is
job.
Thank you.
the episode
But
that
I do
we
remember
left here
you
and
were
we were
tortured with that.
we were like, holy crap! Did we just talk
yeah,
for that many hours and it's all lost? We actually
Yeah.
thought that one was lost.
Yeah, we did.
And the
I don't know
program
if did that make it into the edit? Us freaking out, thinking that we'd lost the whole thing.
it didn't. But
Well, guys, that happened.
yeah, we thought it had. So I had to go back in and find the audio files, and we did. We recorded for a long time, so there were. I mean, we're using stereo microphones, and I know this is just spoken audio. These file sizes are so huge for what we do with our podcast, but we're using stereo microphones, and each microphone creates 2 audio feeds that are put together, and then they're split because of how it encodes on the drives. I guess it has to split into little packets. And so I had to go and paste each one of those, in time order. And then, of course, all of these have their own internal clocks. And because time is a construct and not actually real, time doesn't quite match up with when you try to match in all your stuff. And when it comes to spoken word, with 3 of us speaking in real time, like if your conversation gets out of whack, your conversation's out of whack. Mm-hmm. And so it was extremely time consuming to reassemble that and then make it louder. But what was great about it is because I didn't have the gain up on your microphone, and so you were extremely quiet. But then I got to boost your stuff and then post it back in. Anyway, and part of that's just the technical stuff. I've learned so much now, and I'm using a native program on my computer instead of trying to do this third thing. And that's the other thing. Like I said, the internet is broken. So when you go and you search for podcast editing app, you get all of these ads. Pay $400, and this does everything you want. Just talk at your computer. And it's like, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for a tape recorder that I can then publish. Yeah, so it's hard to do. Maybe I make it hard,
So
too.
there's just
No,
some
I mean it's a
background.
learning curve.
Yeah.
Like this is all new for us, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
so I'm pretty proud.
And then my wife got a job, and I had to figure all this stuff out because she was doing it to begin with. So,
You did great. You're doing great.
thanks. She did great setting all this up. I don't use any of the things she set up for us because I cannot use them. It does not make sense to me. Technology is supposed to make things easier, and all it has done is separate us and make things harder and keep us from having legitimate
Here
experiences.
we go.
Here's what I have to say. We need higher engagement.
Mhm.
We need to know what kind of merch you guys want.
Mm-hmm.
We need you to join the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of merch do you want? What kind of merch do we want?
We want to do bobbleheads.
Of ourselves?
Yeah, people
Dude,
put on the
that's freaking
dashboards.
hilarious.
No.
So when they're listening to the podcast in their cars, they're sitting there watching us nod along.
Yeah.
No.
You agree with us, don't you?
I don't like it.
Kidding. Nobody.
I don't want any visual representations of me as merch for anything ever.
So new season coming up. We're working on refreshing the logo because we've added a new co-host. So Sarah's got to have her T somehow represented in our logo. Okay. Great feedback.
Great feedback.
What's been, we've got one word review on Apple Podcasts.
One official piece of feedback.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to John on there. Thanks for leaving us feedback. Thanks for listening.
We want feedback.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah,
leave it
I
at
don't-
that.
I don't care about the numbers.
rating. I don't care about the.
But I do want people to interact with us, to talk about what they like, what they don't like, what they would like to see in the future. Again, we can't accommodate everyone's request, but it is nice to know, like how people are feeling about things.
Yeah.
Please engage with us. We have an Instagram.
We do have an Instagram. We have a
And
Patreon.
The Instagram is really fun. I don't know if you guys are actually looking at it, but there are pictures of a lot of the stuff that we talk about, which can be kind of good because this is not a visual medium. So,
It's not.
you know, if you want to see what Flatwoods Monster looks like, that is on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see if it looks similar to Mothman, you can do that by looking at our Instagram.
Guys, I don't know if you know, you can find us on Linktree, through the Prairie Smoke at gmail.com. Send us an email. Or if you go to the Linktree for Through the Prairie Smoke, we have a whole bunch of links. There is a Google form where you can fill out your story. I just set up a service where you can leave us a voice message.
Yeah, you don't have to use that form, correct?
You don't have to use the form.
If the form feels intimidating to you,
Yeah.
just shoot us an email or leave a voicemail.
And the form is written in such a way to make you realize the aspects that we are interested in. It's not, I mean,
It's
you
just
can,
a guide.
It's just a
Yeah.
guide. You can come in and just tell us your story as your story, and that's fine. And we can talk about it later. Or we can talk with you in the moment, like ask you specific questions. But that form is the basics of like what we are really interested in, not so much the experience itself, but what the experience means to you. How did it change or alter your life or your perspective or whatever else? That's what's
Really is
interesting to me.
It's just it's just a simple guideline. If you don't want to fill out the form, you don't have to fill out the form at all. Just reach out to us.
You can comment on our Instagram too.
Yeah.
I think we also would just be interested in what you guys would like to hear us talk about.
Yes.
We're not going to promise to cover everything that everybody brings up. Some stuff is not going to necessarily be in the scope of what we discuss, or there may be other reasons why we don't feel comfortable talking about it. But all requests are good.
And the other thing is, I mean, this would be the same with anything. Let's pretend it's HR. But if you tell us something that we would question the legality, we're going to talk to the authorities like that's what we're going to do.
That's good. I'm glad you brought that up.
We're not going to, I mean, and we can't offer any help. We are not therapists or ghost hunters or exorcists or anything like that. It's more of the social aspect of these stories, that how they affect all of us in some way or another.
Correct. Please don't confess any crimes to us.
Yeah.
That's real.
I am very anti-authoritarian, but I will tell the authorities if you tell me something that you should not have done. So
Yeah.
I ain't no snitch.
Dustin's not a snitch, but I am.
I just think it's not fair for you to put me in that position, and so I'm going to be really mad.
Yeah.
And I might snitch, but I'm definitely going to be PO'd if
Yeah.
you put me in a position where I know something that I don't.
Yeah.
That's not safe for me to know.
And I don't want to qualify that. Like, if you used a psychedelic and you had a conversation with Bigfoot, like, that's probably okay. If you took a psychedelic and ate someone's face and you're on the run and you want to tell us about that, that's not okay.
Just kidding.
So, yeah. What else do we have favorites of? What's our favorite leaves
Favorite leaves.
that we've done in the past season? Can I talk about my favorite smokes of things you guys are smoking? Is that weird?
No. Absolutely.
Okay, so I really liked that cactus wren,
Yeah.
personally.
Blackbird.
is.
It was a blackbird brand.
Those are my faves. Yeah.
Yeah, for Dustin. And Tyler, I don't remember what you were I don't remember the name of it. It was very vanilla-y. I pulled up the brand that my dad smoked to show you a picture of it that day.
I bet you it was Briar Fox, which it was between Briar Fox and Founding Fathers today.
Yeah.
So now I wish I would have brought Briar Fox to see if that was the
Bring
one.
it next time,
I'll
and
bring
we'll
it next
see
time.
if we'll
Yeah.
see if that's exactly what it was.
Um,
But those are my favorite of y'all's.
Yeah.
we liked your
That's cool, yeah.
your Focus tea. Smelled really good.
Flow State?
Flow State, yeah.
You hated that one. You said it smelled like soap.
Smells good. I'm not going to drink it, but it smells good.
Yeah, sure. Okay. That's
I'll rub it on my skin.
Zestfully clean over here.
I think, weirdly enough, sorry, Snowy Owl, my favorite that that I drank this season was the cinnamon tea. But that's my favorite tea of all time.
Throat coat?
Cinnamon tea.
No, it was not throat coat. Throat coat did what it was supposed to do, though.
Yeah.
It really got me through that episode,
Good.
having the throat coat. But no, that Harney's Hot Cinnamon, I enjoyed drinking that here. I can't wait till it's like cold again.
Yeah.
Because it's really a cold weather tea.
We're getting there.
That's
Just
right.
hold
We're
on.
almost
getting
there, and it is the best season is coming up. That's why we started our podcast in the beginning of fall, because that's the start of spooky season. It is the
Spooky season starts August 1st.
okay. Spooky season is here, but when we get into the fall, it is the symbolic,
the feeling, the atmosphere.
the symbolic death of the planet.
I make that claim about spooky season being August 1st because in Oklahoma it is not reliably cool on October 31st.
This is true.
Right. You're right.
So,
I remember.
which sucks.
I want to say it was the first Halloween that Susan and I lived in this house, and you came up and we watched the original Wizard of Gore, and I cooked a pot roast from Schwann's in a crock pot, and we handed out candy and watched ridiculous B movies, and it was cold that day.
Yeah.
But there have been other
like
days.
the most fun.
It was great.
I mean, except for the scary movie.
It wasn't really scary.
Fall and winter are my fave. They're
Yeah,
straight
me
up
too.
faves.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's hit and miss with fall.
it is.
Like, I think that's one season that we most of the time do not have.
We
Like,
just skip
We're
it.
almost a 3-season or
Yeah.
sometimes 2-season state.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like we have spring a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Summer for sure.
Yep.
Winter's almost hit and miss like fall, but yeah, I would say probably winter and summer and
Yeah.
most
a little bit
of our
spring.
year is winter, summer, and tornadoes.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. We have winter, summer, and tornadoes.
Yeah.
And fall has become tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't
It's
used to
weird.
be.
Mm-mm.
Well, it's all
But-
shifting.
That's
It's
right.
all shifting to the
But now it's, yep. Anyway, well, that's depressing.
Sorry. Well, we are talking about, like I said, the symbolic death, but don't worry, it comes around again. We have the symbolic rebirth.
That's
you know?
true.
So,
That's true.
the wheel of time is a flat circle. Whatever.
so beautiful.
It's beautiful and sad, such is life.
I'm looking forward to some of the topics we've talked about doing.
So let's talk about that. We have we've been asking for a lot of feedback, but we do have a listener who wants to come on and talk about vampires.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Does this listener have a vampire experience?
Yes.
Actually, yes.
No, I just-
No.
Does she?
No. Her, you know how
Oh.
Sarah Fox is a descendant of the Fox sisters.
We found some. Yes.
We're not going to
talk
put
about
this
it
in the
right
podcast.
So we've confirmed she's going to come on.
We
now.
are.
Oh, she's coming on.
Okay.
She
She owes us.
We're not going to give her a choice. Eventually, at some point,
Okay.
she's coming on.
Okay.
And I don't know if she thinks we're joking or not, but she says she's working on some stuff. She was like, I just don't think you're going to like my vampire stuff. I was like, I'm going to love your vampire stuff. I'm just also going to talk about how it relates to the UFO phenomenon and chupacabra. Like, that's part of the myth as well.
And I'm going to talk
cattle
about how it
mutilation.
relates to different kinds of fairies.
Fairies.
Vampire is so like a big brand name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Vampires,
you know what I mean by
zombies,
that?
werewolves.
It's such a like
Yeah.
a top tier type deal.
Yeah.
And of course, all of us are going to have a lot of pop culture because it's such a top tier subject.
Yeah.
But we're going to do what we do on this podcast
Right.
and go below those layers.
That's right.
And so
Now, she may
it's
not-
that we're going to argue with her
No.
either. It's
No, of
just
course.
going to be like, oh, I wonder if that particular thing from vampire lore connects with, just like we did with the octopus and kelpies, right? Like, does it connect with
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
We're excited about it.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
We've kicked around doing another series, a deep dive into a subject.
I want to talk about ESP and clairvoyance
Okay.
at
Yep.
some point. I hope that you guys are cool with that.
That sounds awesome. Does remote viewing fall into that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
'Kay.
Yeah.
You brought up something about, and this is a subject that intrigues me, old souls. the book you were showing.
Yeah.
Those experiences have always intrigued me. So I think that we should
Reincarnation, past lives.
touch base on that.
Yeah, I think we should too. I like that.
After reading Albert Bender's story, Flying Saucers and the Three Men, I've read a whole lot more stuff beyond that, including a biography on Gray Barker. So we may have to talk about Gray Barker.
Revisit Gray Barker.
Yeah.
I would love that. I know more about Gray Barker than I do about Bender.
Yeah.
And found his whole thing to be real interesting.
I will say though, after that episode of Bender, like it's in the back of my head almost every day. Like it pops in my head, like whether it be a conversation with somebody. But lately here, that has been like coming to surface in my head, his experience and like just how wild it is, but also how this guy might be onto something.
I was talking to you about reading Lou Elizondo's book, Imminent. And Lou Elizondo's story is very interesting. It's compelling. But he made a choice very early on that he didn't know anything about UFOs or UAPs or whatever you want to call that phenomenon. Lights in the sky, whatever you want to call that phenomenon. And he was convinced if he was putting together a team, he wanted people who had no experience putting together a team. But essentially, Lou Elizondo has landed where Albert K. Bender did 80 years ago. It's interesting, and it covers a lot of the things we talk about on this show, how all of this stuff is related. Of course, he is most interested in modern... his background is military, and it's one of those things when the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. So we're seeing these things, we don't know what they are, but they are a threat and we have to deal with it. But it's something in the water, and they seem to be doing something with the water. That's what Albert Bender said.
Yep.
But why are they coming all the way to Earth to get the water if they are extraterrestrial? Why are they coming to Earth? Because there is water elsewhere in the solar system. It's not just here. So why aren't they going to those other places? Unless it's not extraterrestrial and they're here already. The phenomenon is sharing our space, our environment.
Okay, so that's some of the stuff that we have cooking.
Yep.
For next season. Guys, I want to talk about gnomes.
Oh yeah, gnomes. Yes.
Okay.
I feel like we need at some point. I'd like to talk about the old Nessie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. God, wasn't there something else I was telling you guys when we brought this up the other day?
It's in the text thread. I could probably find it.
Pull up your text.
Dude,
I'm doing it right now on my laptop.
people
I'm
at
talking
home,
to this old boy.
people at home, listen to this.
Yeah.
Tyler probably cut
Oh,
it
it's a
out.
lot about how I'm crabby.
But listen here. While she's doing that, I'll have plenty of time to tell you this. Let me give you an example. I was at the lake with my family.
Yes.
Tyler and our text thread blew up.
Yeah.
And I got off the lake. We'd been out there for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Got off the lake, got back to the lake house, picked up my phone. 52 missed text messages. People, I don't know how my phone didn't blow up. And she just made the comment, well, it's in our text thread. Yeah, where?
I'm about to find it. Just hang tight.
You see how long it's taking her?
Reincarnation.
Want to talk about reincarnation?
What did Dustin want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about gnomes.
Okay. I have to go back to before Dustin said I got out of the lake and there were 52 text messages.
And Sarah, I don't know how you read our text messages, but most of the time it's just me yammering. It's just like real life. I just yammer about
No,
stuff.
it's not. No,
I read
that's
half of
not
your
true.
messages out loud to my guys at work.
Okay. Dustin in the lake. We'll put that on Instagram.
Watch
Yeah, he's
her.
going in the lake.
Watch her get all the way to where we're talking about it, and it's gnomes and Nessie.
It
That's
might
gonna
be.
be it.
It might be. Okay. Alright, let's hear about new diagrams, sea creatures, vampires. Here we are. Dustin. Gnomes.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I didn't mean for you to go all the way back for something that
Yep.
literally said gnomes.
It's what it said. Hang on. There might be more. Want to cover gnomes?
I swear there was more. Maybe we talked about it in person.
You got a hat. Yeah, no, and Nessie and vampires. It's something haunted. Oh, haunted trains. Haunted trains.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Whew, I feel better now.
you had like 3 or 4 different haunted things you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about ghost ships, ghost trains, and headless horsemen.
Headless Horseman. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We'll
those,
see. We may
and
not
we're
make it
not
to all
saying
those
they're going to. Yeah, we're not
next
saying.
season, but they're on the list.
But yeah, we're just hashing some stuff and
They're
that
on the
would
list.
come into your feedback.
That's right.
Well,
If
and-
any of those sound good,
That's what we want
reach
to talk
out.
about.
Be like, hey, dude, yeah,
Great.
okay.
Sounds good.
We talked a little bit about ways you can get in touch with us.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Yeah.
following us or follow us if you have not.
If you want to know what we're about to talk about next, that will start being on Instagram. One final thing on all of this that I want to say again, that I used to say at the end of every episode and that sort of fell apart, is that leave us reviews, please. Like, not just feedback, like, give us 5 stars. Tell us we're terrible, but give us 5 stars anyway.
Yeah.
Because
Reviews
it helps other people find us who might actually like us. Rate and review is what I'm saying. We want more people who want what we have to find us. And
Yep.
that's the real issue. It has nothing to do with like monetizing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we're not exorcists, we're not ghost hunters, we're not therapists, but we are interested in the stories and what they say about us.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of dudes hanging out in a garage.
Yep.
Thank you. I like what you said, but I was about to do me. I have to simplify everything because, anyways, you straight up took the words out of my
I'm
mouth.
sorry, Dustin.
We are just hanging out in the
We're just a bunch
garage,
of dudes hanging out in
talking
a garage.
about what we like,
Yeah.
and maybe some of our listeners feel the same and want to hang out
And
in our
want to
garage.
yell at us in their
And
cars.
this is a way.
Yeah.
This is a way to hang out in the garage with us
Yeah.
without, violating fire safety rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love it. All right.
Yeah. We didn't really go through the smoke this time.
Well, there was. Yeah, it's
we
not
just want to
really
recap.
yeah.
But I sure enjoyed the 5 bowls of Founding Fathers I had.
Dude.
over
Are
there.
you okay?
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
feeling okay?
You were
Real
almost.
good.
You're putting me I'm almost.
You're almost done with your second cigar.
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot,
hot.
y'all.
Yeah.
I almost smoke at least one cigar a night.
It's
But
your hobby, and that's what
I
you're
like it. It
interested in.
relaxes me,
Yeah.
especially on weekdays because work's really crazy right now. Anyways, but I've been having to wait a lot longer
Yeah.
because
it's too
it
hot.
is just. I'm not saying we have it the worst, but right now, with these temperatures, it's nothing to go out and look at your temperature gauge at like 10 o'clock at night and it still says 97 degrees
Oh, yeah.
outside. So,
Yeah.
I
but
noticed when I was listening to some of our older episodes, or y'all's older, this is before my time, y'all's older episodes was all the times you guys are recording at night in the garage, and I'm like, I can't. I mean, we're recording at 10 in the morning, and I feel like I'm about to pass out. It's so hot.
yeah.
I can't imagine trying to record at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Okay, so to end this, I want to end on my part is in saying that we started this podcast because this is what Tyler wanted to do, and finally we did it.
Had
we
somebody
pushed it
to
out.
Give me encouragement.
We had no expectations.
Yep.
We still have no expectation. Well, we do. We want feedback. We've asked a lot for this. But anyway, so I can't say that. But I'm happy that you finally got to do what you wanted to
Yeah.
do. I surprisingly found out that I really wanted to do it when we started doing it. And I have had a lot of fun.
Great.
I'm glad Sarah's on now.
Yeah.
I enjoy all of this. But I also want to say thank you to everyone that listens to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whether it be 3 people or 3 million people.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. I love doing
We'd be
this.
hanging out anyway, so
right.
we're glad to share.
But I love doing this, though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Hard agree.
So, that's my closing statement.
All right.
I appreciate every single person who listens, even if they listen to one episode and
Yeah.
they're like, "This is not my bag." I think it's great to give things a chance and
Yep.
try things out and see if they're right for you.
That's right. That all sounds great.
Yeah.
I agree with all that.
Nice.
All right, well, I guess we're done.
I think we're done. Shut her down.
Play us. Are we playing us out?
Season 1, we're gonna play us off.
Play us off.